Hi, Alia Sobel here. I might have to change this up. I do this every time. I don't know what that is. It's like programmed. Happy Wednesday. So happy to be here every single Wednesday, bringing mindset motivation for everybody. Two-word story is a mindset mantra. You set the 2 words for yourself, and you carry that as a mantra throughout your day, your week, your month. And I love every week having a guest come on the show. And I love this woman right here. She is incredible. And I'm going to have her introduce herself to all of you. And she's going to share her 2-word story. So if you can introduce yourself.
Thank you, my darling. Been trying to get on this show since, September? So,
busy.
Yeah.
4 kids.
4 kids.
Entrepreneur.
So,
busy.
yes, very busy.
Hustling. Yes.
Doing
all the things.
Yes, doing all the things all the time. So my name is Kristen Jorgensen. I have a handle that a lot of people use as the Danish Darling, which started off my blog, which I did years ago as a creative outlet, just from the mundane 9 to 5 that I was stuck in. And then that kind of segued into creating my own business, which then became the Danish Digital Darling, because I started a digital media company, and branding and photography, et cetera, et cetera. So essentially, when I met Alia, which was last year already, almost, in February.
It was March.
March, yes.
Of this year.
Yes, right? It'll be a year.
Yeah.
It'll be a year. So I did her 2-word story at Louie, which was the first one, I believe.
First event.
And it was awesome.
Yeah.
And we formed a really close bond. We became more than just IGIRL friends. We were like real friends, like real friends.
Real friends.
And over
IRL.
Right, IRL.
Okay.
Yeah. In real life. So
Sorry,
anyway, so we over the course of the spring and summer, my 2-word story has definitely changed, which I think is what makes 2-word story amazing, is that you're not stuck with it. You change it as you change. You change it as you grow.
Yeah.
And my 2-word story definitely has grown a dozen times since meeting Alia. But currently, going into the new year and the new year, new me, right? I know it's like cliche,
new decade,
but it really is. It is.
Powerful.
It's a great change, a great time to change. And so going forward, I've decided that I've been doing a lot of soul searching in the last couple of weeks, and my 2-word story, drum roll, is intuitively guided. And why I chose that to be my 2-word story is primarily because I've had, and Alia and I have talked about it often, is when you're a mom or a wife or a mother or all of the above, there is this struggle constantly with work, life, personal balance. There's like 3. It's not just work, life, and social. There's a lot.
You're
there's
responsible for little humans.
Yeah, I mean, it's the tasks.
Big task.
Are endless, and you're trying to be a fantastic wife, and you're trying to be a fantastic mother, and you're trying to be a fantastic business owner, and hold it all together. And I always say, life has a funny way of working out where if I'm really thriving in my business and I'm killing it, I'm somehow suffering in my personal and my family. Right?
No, absolutely.
Or if my family life is really together and I'm doing a lot of time with the family and the kids and my husband, my personal life is suffering and my professional life is suffering. My friends are like, where are you? And my business are like knocking on the door, my clients, right? So I find that, why am I constantly in this tug of war? Why am I constantly in this position? And what I've realized is that one thing that I've always had under my belt since a child is that have always been very intuitive, right? I can read a room when I walk in. I can tell what someone's putting out there, right? Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, or whether they like me, they don't like me, whether this is going to be a good client, a bad client. I have this gift of reading a situation. But I tend to ignore it because it's not scientific, right? It's like, oh, well, it's spiritual. I'm digging, right? I'm trying to explain. You're trying to explain to somebody, your husband or your friend, like, I don't know why this doesn't feel right. And they're like, well, maybe it's this, or maybe it's, I'm like, no, it's not. It doesn't feel, it's in here. It's in my gut, it's in my belly. It doesn't feel right. Or it feels great. This feels like a good move. It doesn't always have to be negative. It could be a positive gut feeling, right? But we often, and I don't know if it's more so women or just maybe men do it as well, but I feel like we tend to ignore it and we drown it out because it's not logical, right?
Right.
It doesn't have that.
That makes complete sense.
Right? It's not linear.
It's
not black and white. It's that gray area.
Right.
Like, well, why do you feel this way? You have no sound proof. Well, I don't necessarily need proof.
Right.
And we ignore it.
And we talk ourselves out of it because
it also sounds silly.
Right.
Or maybe you're talking to a friend that's like, oh, I've had this great interaction with this person, or oh, this has been this, or this business is fantastic. They're good, and it's always somebody else's perception, but that's not your perception.
Right.
And maybe it is great for that person, but not for you. And that's what intuition comes back to, is that not every situation is good inherently for you.
Yes.
Right?
I love that.
So I realized that maybe these situations that I'm in I'm in them because I'm not listening to my intuition. I'm drowning it out with statistics or facts or, peanut gallery, blah, 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 right?
Yeah, right.
So I decided that going into 2020, that I'm hoping if I listen to my intuition more,
yes,
that I will, if I feel compelled to take a day off personally, for personal reasons, that's what I'm going to do, right? Because it's in my gut that I need this for my family, I need this for my husband, I need this for me.
Right.
If I wake up in the morning and, I decide to fire a client because I can't take it anymore, because something in my gut says this is too taxing.
Your intuition,
my intuition, I have to listen. Even if financially it doesn't sound, it doesn't make sense. I have to do it.
Right.
If I get someone that messages me and wants my services and I say, this doesn't feel right, or, I meet them with coffee and it just doesn't gel, I have a right to say no.
Right.
Right? So
honoring yourself, listening to that intuition.
So essentially, I think they're cueing me with the Oscar music, right? Like, give my award and move on. This. Right? I heard it.
See, the thing is, we could sit. Let's be real. We could probably go on for 2 hours on this topic because I want to say so much too.
I know,
but it's beautiful.
But anyway, so intuitionally guided is
intuitively guided.
Yes.
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 Yeah. So screaming off the rooftops.
Oh my gosh, it's incredible. And everything that you said, I 100% connect to.
Good.
And
I know that you do.
I think too, like we do. We're moving through life so fast, we can't listen to our intuition. We can't take a minute. And what I love is 2-word story as well. It gave you that moment to reflect and realize I am intuitive. Let me listen to that. And then it's just beautiful. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for taking the time and getting a babysitter for the babes.
Yes.
And if anyone watching this, all of you guys, honestly, if you can connect to intuitively guided.
Yes.
Listen to your intuition. Take Kristen's advice. Use it for your mantra through the week and see how you feel. And we would love to have you on the show. So please DM, shoot us a message. And thank you to our sponsor, Sport Fresh.
Thank you so much.
Yay!
Bye.
Thanks, honey.
Thank you. Of course.
So much
love
love.
you.
Sorry.
Absolutely.